Hi, my name is Teresa Horcher, and I will be teaching English 209 Children's Literature for the spring 2021 semester. So I wanted to take this opportunity and just do a welcome video, um, to share with you a little bit about myself. You get an idea of who I am and what I'm like, and that will help as we go into what is a remote semester at Cayuga Community College and also a fully online course. So, children's literature, I love this course. I absolutely love this course, and I hope that you dive deep with me and enjoy the ride. I'll tell you, you're going to learn more about this when you explore in the course. But in one of my first professional jobs was serving as a children's librarian. I was a librarian in Geneva, New York, and Henrietta, New York. And I went on to run a toy lending library, and then I got involved in the college. Currently, I run the tutoring program in the Center for Academic Success, and you might know me from that capacity. But I have a love of children's literature and a background in children's literature. Many of you in this class are education majors, and this is a required course for your major. So, this is going to be important, and you'll gain a lot, and it will help you in your role as a teacher. Some of you might be in this course because you're a lit major, or you needed to fill a requirement in a certain 200 level, and it might bring back some great memories for you. Some of you might be parents and think, this might be good for me. I want to, learn a little bit more about children's literature. And some of you might not have had a lot of experience in children's literature being a reader growing up. And it might be a fun way for you to get the bite and how much fun it is. And I know that certainly happened for me. You'll read more about that later. So, a couple of details that I want to share with you. Number one, there's not a textbook connected to this class. So, that's a good thing on your wallet. And the other piece to this, though, is there is a requirement that you get a public library card. The public library is one of the greatest resources in every community. Public libraries stretch from community to community and do all kinds of ways of getting their material to people, um, whether it's a branch library or a mobile library. But you will need to get a library card because you need to be looking up books in the library. You will become like little explorers, little detectives to decide what are the books that you think represent the areas that we are studying. So get a library card if you don't already have one. I'm going to add a little video link on how the local library here connected to Auburn, New York is the Seymour Library, how that is set up with such ease for patrons to browse through their collection, see what's available, and then in a click of a button, reserve them. So during these kind of funny times, libraries have had to become creative and figure out ways how we can, bundle the books for people, put them in a spot so folks can come in, check the books out, and go. So there isn't as much browsing in the library. You will be doing a lot of browsing on their website, but that's only going to lead you to the books. And then from those group of books, what are the ones that you feel are the best? So the public library card is like your textbook. And guess what? It's free. So then the other books, and this is important because this is going to happen towards the latter part of the course, but we've got 4 novels that you're going to be reading. And these are the novels. The New Kid, a graphic novel by Jerry Craft. You're going to love it. And then Walk Two Moons by Sharon Creech. Her writing is like poetry. It's so beautiful. The Phantom Toll Booth by Norton Juster. Now, this is an oldie, but it's such a goodie. You're going to love that one. And then we will end the semester with a book that will take your breath away, make your heart beat, bring you to tears. And that's The Book Thief by Mark Zuzak. All of them exceptional. And I think one of the things that you're going to like with the novels that we're reading is I will have you fill out a sheet that identifies the literary elements within the book. And then guess what? We're going to meet by Zoom and have a book talk, and we're just going to chat about the books. So I think that's sometimes the best way. Anyway, so remember that. You're going to have a fair amount of reading with that. The class is broken down into, gosh, what is it? I'm checking my sheet here. 11 different modules, and we will be talking about the history of children's literature briefly, and then talking about like the public library and how to identify a good book, and what are the literary elements to look at in fiction writing. And then we're going to dive right into the genres. So there'll be picture book and poetry and folk tales and the graphic novel and nonfiction information books and biographies, realistic fiction, fantasy, historical fiction. Now, there'll be 2 parts at midterm. We will have a midterm pause, and at the end of the semester, there'll be a final. I am taking into consideration the pace of this course because everything's remote, everything's online. It's not necessarily what you had hoped for, but I will give a little pause in the middle of the semester for folks to catch up or connect with me or finish up other coursework that's hanging over their head or all their responsibilities with home and family. So I'm very much aware of that. What are my expectations? I want you to have some fun, try to stay on top of things, read the lectures. I'd copy them off and put them in a notebook. For each module, there will be a personal journal that you'll be writing every module. It only comes to me. I'll be replying back to you. And this is a time for you to reflect on the question, connect it to the lecture, and add your own personal thoughts. Okay. So, I want you to really carefully craft your journals because it's my glimpse into your mind. So the journals will be a lot of fun. And then there'll be an assignment for each section. So all our work's going to be through Blackboard, except for your first assignment. And that's going to be to set up a Zoom interview. A Zoom meeting with me. And it might be that there'll be a couple of your classmates. But at that time, I'm getting my notes here. I'm going to want to talk about, did you get your library card? What are your plans for attacking the novel reading? What might be a good night or weekend for us to do the book talks? Anyway, that's just to get to know you a little bit more. So that's where we're at right now. Welcome. No, I'm an email away. We can always set up a Zoom meeting, and I want you to have fun. Thanks, guys.